folks, it's me, Michaela, and welcome back to my channel. Please ignore my hair. I had to wash it this morning and it's still in the process of air drying with a lot of gel in it, so it's not looking its best, but it will get there. So today I'm going to be starting a new reading vlog for the week. I did my first weekly reading vlog last week that I should be posting this week, so you haven't seen it yet in like my time, but obviously if you're watching this, then it's out because yes. And I felt like it went pretty okay. I'm gonna try and not do updates only from this view because I feel like that's gonna get boring. But the best time to update you really is like in the morning when I'm having my breakfast before I go to work, because I usually have a bit more time. I am a morning person, so I wake up relatively early, so I don't like have a rushed morning, and then like usually in the evenings I have other things I have to do, so I kind of like forget to check in and tell you what's been going on with my reading. So I'll do my best to not only update from this lovely view this week, but I'm not making any promises either. Yesterday evening I started reading Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. It's the second book. It's the sequel to Legendborn. I forget what is it called, like the Legendborn cycle or something, the series, I don't know. So I'm about like 60 pages into it, I think, and gonna be honest, it is taking me a little bit of time to get into this. It's just like to remember all of the details of what happened. Like the last book ended somewhere like really high. There's like a lot of action and a lot of like cliffhangers, and it doesn't feel like the beginning of this book has like picked them up from where we left off really well for me. It still feels kind of like low energy, where based off of like where we ended the first book, and this doesn't have like some big passage of time that has happened, then we're jumping ahead. So you'd think that urgency would be in the beginning of this book, and I'm just not quite feeling that. I don't know if maybe it's kind of just like easing us back into this world and things will pick up really soon, because of course like 60 pages in is like 10% of this book, so it's really not like I've read a whole lot of what is going to be happening. But that's my thoughts so far on Bloodmarked, so we'll see. I'm gonna be on, I'm like expecting it to be like ridiculous in a way that like brings me joy, because that's what happened with Legendborn. It was so ridiculous, unimaginable kind of story that I had a great time with it, right? Like it's just slapping you back and forth at the end and I was like, what is happening, what is going on? So I'm kind of hoping that this will bring me the same feeling, because I'm not really wanting to read some like super serious, intense, deep thing. Like there are deeper topics obviously involved in the book, but I also kind of like expect the like crazy high unimaginable stakes kind of thing from the last one that kind of just for some reason makes me feel more lighthearted about it, because it's just like so beyond the realm of what should be happening for like 16-year-olds, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's my thoughts on the matter. So there you go. I'll see you when I've read more of the book. Also, happy Monday. Hello. It is Tuesday night and I am in my bed because I was just reading, and I'm about to go to bed and go to sleep, because I like to go to sleep very early because I am a morning person and not a night owl, and I have to work tomorrow because obviously today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and that's how work works. But I wanted to let you know that I'm now a quarter of the way through Bloodmarked. I just finished reading part 1, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little disappointed in how it's going so far. I was kind of expecting it to pick up from the action and just keep going with it. I was expecting it to keep being like absurd moment after absurd moment, like it won't let you put it down kind of thing. And it's actually started out quite slow, and I feel like this whole portion of it, which I won't say because I don't want to spoil the first book, but this whole portion that you would assume based off of how the last book ended would be like very highly urgent to accomplish, once this book starts, like, doesn't seem to be that urgently dealt with. Like, it seems like to just be like mentioned in passing, as if it's like not this big thing that they should probably be working on. I don't know. And then also, like, Bree just continues to do things that are like dumb. Like, she keeps like putting herself in situations that she like shouldn't be in because she like doesn't have the experience to do so. And I'm like, girl, what do you think you're gonna do? Like, she keeps being like, I'm gonna fight. And I'm like, with what skills? Like, you don't know how. Like, we were showed that in the last book, that like you in fact have not been training for ages for this. You are in fact brand new. That was the whole point of the last book. So I don't know why you keep like stepping up as if like you're gonna do a lot and you're gonna help so much. Like, you're not. Sorry to break it to you. So yeah, things have like picked up a little bit, but I keep like feeling like something's about to happen, and then it's just like something minor and it's like resolved very quickly, and it like kind of contributes to the overall plot. But like I said, like, I wanted to be reading this book and feel like I wanted to devour it, because like every second was something insane happening. Like, that's what I wanted from this book, because that's what the whole like last third of the first book gave me, and that's what I wanted. Like, I want mild insanity for a plot line. Like, I want there to be so much in this plot that I can barely compute, you know? Just because like that's what I was expecting from the series. It's not what I always want from books, but based off of like how the first book was going, like, I wanted more of that from this one, and it's like not happening so far. Obviously there's still like a lot of book left. I'm assuming it's gonna pick up, but if it does not give me what I'm wanting it to give me, I'm gonna be so disappointed. It better live up to my expectations. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now. I might read another chapter or two before bed, but honestly, I kind of might not. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow. I know it probably won't be in the morning because I'm probably not gonna read anymore. But also that means I won't have any more updates at my breakfast table, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Hi, so it's now Friday night. My bad. I have not updated you in a while, and it's partially because I've been busy and I haven't really read a lot. Since the last time I updated you, I haven't read that much, and that's partially because yesterday I like didn't read that much, so like in the morning I didn't update you, and then in the evening I like called my parents while I was walking home from work, which like turned into me FaceTiming my parents once I got home from work. And then like one of my sisters like joined our FaceTime call, and then we got just like carried away and chatted like all evening, and then I fell asleep super early, so I like still didn't read that much. And then today I was like busy, so I didn't read at all like on my break at work, and then I didn't read when I just got home because I was enjoying my Friday evening, and then I actually fell asleep and had like a nap in the evening, and I only like just woke up, and now it's like 9 p.m, which like might be disastrous for my sleep. Stay tuned. So I will definitely like actually read some more and give you a proper update on more of Bloodmarked tomorrow. I promise. I'm gonna do it. Like, maybe I'll end up reading a bunch tonight, because who knows what my sleeping is gonna be like thanks to this accidental nap I had at like 7 p.m. But yeah, of the little bit I did read, like things like really picked up like hella quick, and it's starting to get wild, and I'm happy about it because this is what I wanted from it. I wanted unimaginable plot lines, and it's starting to give me unimaginable plot lines, so I'm excited. I'm gonna take all my makeup off before I like accidentally fall asleep again or something. Okay, bye. Hello. It is Saturday evening, and I was out reading on my balcony, and I just came in because it started to get a little chilly and I didn't want to sit on the ground anymore. But I did finish reading part 2 of Bloodmarked. Perhaps I should close my balcony door so there's not so much noise. But yeah, I finished reading part 2 of Bloodmarked, so now I'm up to part 3. So I'm about like halfway through. I don't know what I was talking about like at the end of my reading vlog last week, where I was like, oh, I'm gonna read like 2 books this week, when this book is like 500 and something pages. Like, what was I thinking? I was thinking like very highly of my reading abilities while working all this week. But anyway, I've read like half a book this week. But it is giving me the drama, so I'm liking that. However, we're like halfway through the book, and like we still haven't started doing like that whole plot line that we left the last book off of, like, that's gonna be the next thing. Like, there's been a lot happening and none of it is what they keep saying they're gonna do. So I'm trying to be very vague to not give any spoilers on this, but like, it's just confusing me. Like, it still has, like, you know, like I said, the drama has finally arrived. You know, there's like action, there's unbelievable things happening, and everything is so overly complex. I love it. In the way that it's like too much, you know. This is what I wanted from this. Based off of how Legendborn was, this is what I wanted. Again, I'm reading this pretty lightheartedly. Obviously, you don't have to read it that way, but that's the way I feel like if I took it seriously, I would not be having as much fun with it. So I like to just kind of read it and like accept the chaos and the like way complicated everything about it, like, you know, just accept it for what it is and like enjoy that. And so I'm glad it's giving me that. But like I said, I'm like, since like the end of Legendborn, they've been like, we gotta go do that thing, time is of the essence, and now it's like been half the book and they're still only talking about it. Like, there's been like no action towards accomplishing this task that they seem to all feel is like very important to accomplish. And I'm like, I feel like perhaps you should be getting to move on things. I mean, we're still like learning things and it's kind of fun. Like, there's some aspects of like the magic in this that is starting to become a little wild with the explanations for they're giving for like, it feels like a little bit like Tracy Deonn is like using the unknown of the magic to just like make whatever she wants to happen in the plot without having to actually do anything to like otherwise. Like, it's like the easiest route to be just like, oh, I want to have this scene, but like it doesn't work with like the point of the plot we're at. Oh, I know, magic. The magic solves all. And then we just are like, we don't know why it works because no one's been this and I'm like, you can't, like, I get it, but it just feels like a little bit of a scapegoat to just be like, the magic is unknown, so the magic can do anything, and we don't have to understand it because we don't know yet, because everything is brand new. So I'm not, like, quite feeling that. I mean, like, in Legendborn, like, the first book, yes, I had no idea what was going on, like, half the time, but at least once I got it, like, I kind of got it. Like, I was like, okay, there's, like, rules to this. It makes sense. Like, it's very convoluted and insane, but, you know, like, I can get behind that now that, like, you know, like, I'm 400 pages in and I finally get it. But like this, sometimes I'm like, also too, because like I wanted this part of the magic explored more, and it feels kind of like we're not actually getting that, which sucks when the other part of the magic is like delved into so well. And I guess that like partially can be like some form of like, you could read into it as some form of like metaphor or symbolism to reflect other things in like, you know, our regular non-magical world. But I feel like it's not quite clear enough that I'm gonna fully accept that as reasoning, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading some more tonight, but I wanted to check in today. I think I'll probably continue this vlog one more day till tomorrow, just because I haven't really checked in that much, and I will be reading a bunch tomorrow, and then I'll start the next weekly reading vlog on Monday, so that we kind of get to end this vlog off on like a big bang of lots of reading, you know? So stay tuned for that. I'll see you tomorrow, Sunday. You better be there. Oh my god, I hate myself for that. Hello, it is Sunday evening and I am back for my final check-in for this weekly reading vlog. Unfortunately, I in fact did not finish reading Bloodmarked, so if you want to hear my final thoughts on that, you'll have to come back next week. I'm not trying to be forcing you to come back, but that's just how it is happening. My bad. But I did read quite a bit today. Today was kind of like my lazing around reading day for the weekend. So I'm now like 450-ish pages in, so I'm I have like less than 100 pages left, I believe, to finish the book. So I've read all of part 3 and I'm like partway through part 4 right now. I have to say I'm kind of disappointed in this book. Like, overall, it's not quite giving me the same level as Legendborn. I feel like the pacing is really off for me in this. It feels like it's too long, and it feels like I've read 450 pages and almost nothing has happened. The overarching plot line seems to be not important at all somehow. It's strange. Honestly, at this point, I don't even really know what the overarching plot line is. It was much clearer to follow what, you know, was the clear path in the first book. Like, this one feels a little all over the place, and it feels like all of these boring scenes where almost nothing is happening is taking up a lot of time, and then something like really tense and dramatic, or like problems and conflict come up, and then they're like resolved way too quickly, and then we're just like moving on, and they don't seem to have much effect on any of the plot going forward. It's like a thing happens, and then we move on to have yet another boring scene that doesn't need to be as long as it is in order to serve like the very small function these scenes are having. So at this point, like, I'm saying, like, I don't think I'm gonna give this any higher than a 3-star. I don't think I'm gonna end up giving it higher than a 3-star just because it feels a little bit of a mess. It doesn't feel like it was edited properly, and it doesn't feel like Tracy Deonn was really clear with where she wanted her story to go or how the magic to be developed and dived into. It's just like not really being explained, because it's just like always labeled off as like, this is brand new, it's never been like this, nobody's done this before, so we have no explanations for why things work, and everybody's just like, oh, maybe we can do this and everything works out because magic. And I just like don't like that when in the first book the magic was made to be this like strict system with rules, and now it seems like just anything is possible because the non-existent plot demanded it. So like, damn, like, is this gonna be like a 2.5-star read? I don't know. Like, maybe the last 100 pages are gonna be like really dramatic and tense, and it'll, you know, keep it at like a 3-star level, but like, I'm kind of just disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Bloodmarked, because I thought I was gonna have like a really fun time, and I'm like not having a fun time. You know, like in Legendborn, I had no idea what was going on for like the whole first half of the book, but I was having like just like a fun time reading it, and I'm not having that with Bloodmarked, and I'm sad about it. But I guess, you know, you can't like every book you're reading, whatever, but it's just kind of sad. Like, yes, I did read a lot, and again, it's because like there are exciting parts, and like I know things have to get exciting again eventually, so I keep reading, and there's been some really short chapters which have been helpful in like reading so much today. But overall, yeah, it's just been like, I'm like, why is this here? Like, almost like all of part 3 would have been like 3 chapters, I think. Honestly, so much happened in part 3 that felt absolutely pointless. Why was it there? Again, like, I've read 450 pages of this book, and I could not possibly really tell you what the main plot is doing, because it's just like not, like, clearly they're doing something. I don't really know what it is. What a bummer way to end my weekend reading wise, but whatever. I will be ending this vlog here. I'll start another one tomorrow on Monday, probably at my breakfast table while I'm eating my scrambled eggs like I always do. But there we are. If you like this video, give it a like. I know it's really only about the one book. I don't know what I was thinking last week, thinking I was gonna be reading like 2 giant fantasy books this week. I was like really enthusiastic about my abilities when I was talking at the end of last week's vlog. But I did read about like 450 pages this week, which is not bad for still working. So, you know, could be worse. Make sure you, you know, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you come back, visit again, see how the end of Bloodmarked turns out next week. I also have other videos that you can watch, like my Legendborn vlog. I have a lot of things to say in that one. You can check that out. But, you know, comment down below, how was your week? What have you been reading? Did you read a really crappy book like I did this week? Or did you read something amazing? Let me know, because clearly I need some more good books to add to my TBR after reading this one, even though I'm not even done it and I'm already like, it was bad. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Bye-bye.